Stand up.
The society.
Or don't stand up because you're in a straight jacket. So
That our prosecution team would like to convey is that the person in question can obviously distinguish reality from fantasy. They were able to recall their crime in vivid detail, from the cutting up to the body to the hiding of it to even down to the plan.
call me speak.
The defendants are stating that insane people tear up floorboards, and that's a bit of an assumption, and that's saying that sane people cannot tear up floorboards, and that's completely irrelevant.
Well, we're trying to stay on track by stating the point that it's fantasy versus reality. Like Charlie pointed out, is that he could clearly distinguish what he was doing right from wrong, or fantasy from reality. Anyways, as we continue today,
You're gonna kill somebody. Sit down before you kill somebody. Guy in the white thingy-majig.
That's a
Charlie.
blazer.
Let me bring someone to your attention. Charles Manson. Clearly insane, right? But he convinced himself that everything he was doing was reality. So this guy could have convinced himself that killing this...
Killing someone and thinking that it's fantasy, correct?
Well, I'm saying his reasons for it.
The reasons for it don't matter if he's killed a man.
Fantastically
That's the whole thing we're debating.
Someone.
Yes, but if he has reasons for it, that means he's not insane.
But
Because
they're-
if he has
they're
reasons
not
and the
rational
reason is
reasons.
not being insane, then he isn't insane.
is there a rational reason for?
He has an
something?
insane reason for doing it.
That doesn't make him insane.
Okay,
You may stand.
Okay, let's be real. Okay, anyone that says the old man was dead, or any man that is wanting to kill a man, that's just insane. Literally. Insane.
Well,
Not by
Not
Not by
legally.
definition.
Not
legally.
legally.
Yes.
Look at the definition of insanity.
Hey,
Who are you?
I'm not insane.
And what's your name?
The guy in the story.
After his crime, the killer is fully conscious of the severity of his action. By dictionary definition, insanity describes the inability to distinguish right from wrong. Without his sense and intuition, the man would never have been dreadfully nervous or intimidated by the police officers or his intentional crime in the first place. With this, we can conclude the man is not insane.
Next prosecution person, please stand up.
Of insane, you must not be in clear control of your behavior. As a quote from the Criminal's Manifesto, now this is the point. You fancy me mad. Madmen know nothing. But you should have seen me. You should have seen how wisely I proceeded, with what caution and what foresight, with what dissimulation I went to work. This sentence obviously proves that the defendant is in clear control of his behavior, which means he is not insane. He's talking about how careful he was, how controlled he was, and how thoughtful he was in killing this man. He knew that he might have been caught doing what he was about to do, and being in clear control of his behavior, he took steps to cover his actions up.
time's up. Make a decision.
You're like the whole time. Like night after night, he went to the old man's room, watching him sleep, devising his plan. Finally, on the 8th night, when the murder took place, he said, I kept quite still and said nothing. For a whole hour, I did not move a muscle. In the meantime, I did not hear him lie down.
Your place.
Sweet.
Another thing, in the whole planning of this, an insane person, it took weeks to plan this out, as said in his statement. And planning this would have taken more attention span than an insane person could handle.
Does the persecution team have anything else to add?
How do you call this the persecution?
The persecution.
That's totally what I said, yeah.
The persecution. The prosecution.
We're not persecuting.
Yes, you're persecuting. Get out of my court. No.
Your Honor, our guy has been known to say something very interesting.
What does he say?
Call him from...
I heard all things in heaven and in the earth. I heard many things in hell. Your Honor, now besides your wife, I don't imagine you hear very many things from hell. So, Would a sane person hear these things? I think not.
Defender. No, it's a defender now.
Careful, that's a Mac.
From the beginning, he hears things that don't exist. He describes himself as having an acute sense of hearing, and then he goes on to say that he heard all things in heaven and in the earth, and that he heard things in hell. You cannot physically hear sounds in heaven and hell, and his claims with these things show us that he's out of touch with reality.
He can't distinguish right from wrong.
Next defender, please stand.
So, someone on the defendant team said that it was morally incorrect, and that's about the murder, so it's irrelevant to the cases and the definition of sanity versus insanity. Oh dear, we're turning this into
Your Honor, I would like
Your apology.
I know you're married.
We will move to let the jury and me decide. This man is insane. That's me. That's bias. That's fraud. So the insane person is left and he's been taken into the back.
Wait, the insane person?
Because he got.
That's bias.
Is it?
Yes! He's allegedly insane!